Hello everyone, welcome back to another live trading session. So let's get started.
It's like a do not.
Quick to walk away. Dance with me, I wanna rock your body. Please stay. Dance with me, you don't have to admit you wanna play. Dance with me, just let me rock you till the break of day. Dance with me, boy. No disrespect, I don't need no help. Talk to me, boy.
Right, let me just share my screen with you guys.
Hurry up, 'cause you're taking too long. Talk to me, boy. Better have you naked by the end of this song. Don't be so quick to walk away. Dance with me, I wanna rock your body. Please stay. Dance with me, you don't have to admit you wanna play. Dance with me, just let me rock you. Rock you, rock you, rock you, rock you, rock you, rock you, rock you,
Right, so let's get straight into it. So, if you guys haven't checked out today's video, make sure you do. But whatever happens, tomorrow we have the, just gone out my head, ceasefire agreement is ending tomorrow, well, as soon as we get to 12 o'clock. So we'll actually see what happens regarding that. Now you can see on the US market open, we've had a pump from that market open, obviously. But yeah, you can see we started obviously going bullish, and then as soon as the market opened, we dropped slightly, and then normally that does happen where we drop first and then go for that bigger move. So I reckon that was to liquidate those short positions. Now there's a push for the upside. So let's have a look. We might see some resistance. We're seeing some resistance now currently at this level here, this previous peak. You can see price has come above it, but it's most likely going to close below. Oh no, it's closed above it, but that, I believe that might be that peak there. No, it's most likely this one. You can see how far this candle went bearish as well. So gold is probably going to be bullish for today, and so is crude oil. You can kind of see the movement. Yesterday it did make a pretty high jump to 89 a barrel with some consolidation, slightly bearish. You can see we're bullish here, and then we come slightly bearish, and then we go even more bearish. But since today, since at 8 AM, we've been relatively bullish, as you can see. So we've got these so we've got higher highs and higher lows. We are currently in an uptrend. So we've got the high there, and high here. And then we've got the low, and then most likely this is the low. Or we could kind of count that one there, but yeah. So we've got currently a bullish uptrend. That is the 5-minute time frame. So you can see from the market open at 8 o'clock in the morning, about 9 AM, we start going bullish already. Drop slightly, bullish again, drop slightly, bullish again. And now we might see some consolidation. But yeah, that's currently where we're at. Bitcoin has been keeping within those levels. Let me just get rid of them. So we haven't had a break of structure just yet. So you can see we've got that false break, and then we've got that very, very nice resistance level there. We had a nice support level too. I think we went based off this candle, if I remember correctly. So there we go, that is the resistance and the support level that we currently have there. You see price did struggle slightly. Where were we? Price seems to be struggling around this level. It peaked and then it tried again, and then now I believe it's trying that level again. So we do have resistance here at this level. So let's see if we can mark that out. Yes.
5.5.
Right. US market is open. You can see we are struggling. We came above that level slightly, but it's not held it, as you can see. Came up above it, we had some consolidation, but then it's come back down through that level there. You can see how many hits we get. So it's failed that level quite a few times actually. And it's failed to stay above it. But where were we at with liquidity? Severe. Bloody hell. Breaking news. President Trump calls for the release of 8 women being held by the Iranian government as first step of peace negotiations with the United States. I would greatly appreciate to the Iranian leaders who will soon be in negotiations with my representatives. I would greatly appreciate the release of these women. I'm sure that they will respect the fact that you did so. Please do not harm them. Well, please do them no harm. Would be a great start to our negotiations. Thank you for your attention to this matter. So these are the 8 women. You can't see the bottom 2. Preparing to hang 8 women. Jesus. Not a word from the international community or so-called human rights organizations. So I feel like these are, well, most likely American women. Kind of would make sense. So the Iranian leaders are thinking about hanging them, and Trump is very. I'd say he's probably mad about that. So glint is obviously a thing you can use to find out all the info. So currently we're at severe, critical. Trump says he expects to continue bombing Iran if negotiations can't reach a deal and doesn't want to extend ceasefire deadline. Yeah, so it's either today we get we will get something today, as this ceasefire deadline is literally in, give or take, what is it, 8 hours, something like that. Just under 8 hours then. About 7-ish. So that's not good. So we've currently got those bombings happening. Lebanese sources told, and that doesn't really fit in. Yeah, it's not looking too good. So tonight we're probably going to get that peace deal, or that ceasefire is going to get extended. So today I feel like it's going to be a pretty important time. It's either we're going to see chaos, or things are going to calm down. We're actually going to get some kind of negotiations with Iran, and things are going to start looking for the better. If not, and Iran obviously want to, retaliate or not, makes any kind of deal, then we'll probably get some chaos, and we'll definitely see oil prices rising again. The Strait of Hormuz is still closed, I believe. Let me just check. So if we've failed to come through that level, I mean, there's loads of things that are currently happening that obviously come into play with Bitcoin. So you've got all these macroeconomics, geopolitics. But this geopolitical moment right now could be very, very important. It's either going to be hell or something good. And that's for people like even around the world as well. Like obviously oil prices rise, everyone kind of feels it. The fact that, you know, fuel is a lot more expensive. Fuel has been coming down ever so slightly now. We're at about 180 for petrol. So that's €1.80 here for petrol. And then about €2 for diesel. But yeah, you can obviously feel it a little bit more. But the thing is, yeah, it's still pretty bad. But yeah, we'll definitely see some money being put into gold and oil. Gold has been rising since that US market open. Seems to be consolidating right now. Maybe for a push to the upside. So you can see the global tension here, 81, which is pretty severe. Weighted sum of signals from the last 24 hours. Low is 0.1, high is 0.4, and then +1 is critical, like severe. That news about those women is a very touchy subject, I feel, because they are at a risk of getting hanged, hanged, whatever. But that is more of like a heated moment. So if they get something bad happening to them, then I feel like Trump will definitely not take it lightly, and he will take that obviously as a breach of this whole, you know, agreement or some kind of truce, and will most likely continue bombing and maybe even destroy that whole civilization like he did before, as you know, this is like very serious matter. So yeah, I mean, if it's American women, then definitely, but just in general, it's still pretty bad. But anyway, yeah, it's a critical moment, and we'll see what happens. This is real time, so anything that comes through straight away, which is pretty good. So you can see everything that comes in. You don't have to, you know, go on Twitter, just look, keep scrolling to find something. You can just look at that, and you can just find everything you need that's currently coming out. So, gold has failed to come above. So we'll see some resistance here from this level. So from there, we'll definitely see some resistance, even at the midpoint. So around here, we'll see a bounce. Alright, let's have a look. I'm expecting that bounce off of that level there as a part of resistance. Got a 42 on the RSI, it's not too bad. We need to see something on the MACD indicator. Right, so I'm gonna have a look at gold, but let's have a look at liquidity. We've got coin glass. What have we got for Bitcoin? So you can see we've got some resistance here at this level. Price has slowed down slightly, but I think it will continue unless we come through here now and then we retreat back from this resistance level here. No data, cool. I mean, 1 hour time frame kind of tells us that we are in for a downtrend. You kind of see a high there, low, high, most likely a low, somewhere around 47,040 approximately, and then another peak would be around 4,756. Sorry. So what have we just got? Politics. We're not into politics, we're into trading right now. So I'll be back in just a second. So it seems like we've got that reversal now coming. We've got a big push from the buyers. Still 50-50 though. So most likely get a push now up to the midpoint at least. And then potentially that continued bearish move as we looked in the 1 hour time frame. It does look like we're in for a could be in for a downtrend. Four hour. Not really got too clear of a signal. $129 mil for the downside for Bitcoin. Down 0.9% in the 4 hour, 24 hour 0.63. Right, so we've got about 92, it's not 92, we've got about 129 million sat at 75,461. As for gold seems to still be within, yeah, it seems to be consolidating now. So we can have a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin seems to be pretty choppy right now. Not really got a real structure. If we go to silver, It seems. Oops. It seems silver is also struggling to keep up, keep bearish, bullish. Sorry. So you can see it's tried there again, and then it's come bullish again, but then it's not reached past this level here. So if we were to get rid of that level there and make a more accurate support level, what we'd see is something like we want to get the level as wide as possible, so the wider it is, the better. It'll give us a more accurate reading of how volatile the price is, so like how much it goes bullish and bearish. Not a big room to trade, but we can expect that price to currently consolidate within this level. Until we get a true breakout, which will most likely be to the upside. You can see multiple times it has tried to go for the upside here, here again, and then a bigger push here. There again, consolidated down to this support level. I'll most likely see a push again somewhere here, and then if we don't have enough momentum, we'll probably consolidate until we get it. Yeah, there wasn't really any nice structure for Bitcoin. They all seem kind of slow moving at the minute. Not really much of a market structure right now. Does look like we've been consolidating for quite a while. And then as for the support level, we can have a look at something like something like that. Yeah. So, a 15-minute time frame, we seem to be sticking within that level. Seems like Bitcoin has gained some momentum. A lot of momentum, actually. Solana has what? I swear we just put in a support and resistance level. Or was that not the... I'm sure it was. What was we on? It was Solana, wasn't it? Or is it XRP? Bro, what? Sahara, that's new. Near protocol. Oh, we've got some new ones today. We've got Bitten Saw. I'm not sure what that is. Was we on hype? We've got Sahara, Near Protocol, Aptos, Sui. That's dropped yesterday at 6 o'clock. What else have we got? I've just lost that. What was I even on? I swear I was on Solana. That's a major support level there. Can we go for that, or is this better? I feel like that's a lot better. We've got that move, we've got a false breakout confirmation, and then a supporting candle wick there as well. So Bitcoin has also dropped perfectly from that level, as you can see, but we might get another push for that level. It does seem the markets are pretty bullish today. And can we get a key support level for Bitcoin? Not quite. What about in the 1 minute time frame? Yeah, so that's good enough. We'll have a look if we can get a retest for that level, because I do think we will be going bullish. Question is, are we going to get a push for the upside or not? We're at 67, indicator wise. What have we got for? Seems like we've got a bit of weakness, but we need one of these candles to be higher than the previous to get an indication that we might be in for a push to the upside. It seems like we've got weakness there. Yeah, we might be in for a reversal now to the downside. But you can see the consolidation in this area. It looks like we have some strength to come up for the upside to break through that level there. And we was looking at Solana. Bro, what? There we go, we've got a pretty solid level there. Now, as for the downside, that's what we've currently got. So now, if I go off, it shouldn't really move. Like, those levels should not move. Fatcoin, Solana, Bitcoin, Solana. Why is it gone? Why is it gone? I'll draw them again and then see what happens. Right, let me just sort this out. Now it doesn't want to disappear. It just disappeared like twice or 3 times. Let's have a look if it happens again. Refresh it. Now it's keeping within that level. Anyway, I believe we can get a trade off of that resistance level, but it does look like Bitcoin is still in for that push to push through this level that we've got here. But we've got confirmation. No, we don't have confirmation. I was going to say we've got mirroring from, so pretty much when you've got a support level at the top and when the price comes below it, but then also shows you that the level is there by leaving a candle perfectly on that level. That's what we call mirroring. And it's like a way of the market showing that the level is there and it's still valid. But I'm not too sure if that's the case here, as I'm not getting a perfectly honest indication right here. So if I were to drop a level on top of that and delete that one there, we should get a candle touching this line perfectly. We've got one there, but it's relatively okay considering we do have look, we was in the 5-minute time frame. We've got one there, and that's it. But it is still there. So that liquidity was still at the bottom range. Where were we? Yep, so we still got that 129 million sat at 75,400. Price is currently 76,000. It's obviously a guarantee that the price is going to go there. We are relatively bullish for today. We've been slightly bearish from about 3 p.m. as you can see. From that market opening at 9 a.m. we've been relatively bullish. We went to a high of 76,858. Consolidated, comes slightly bearish, then back into that range of that 76, nearly 77,000. Dropped again, consolidated and drops very low. So from 76,800 to now 75,600. So nearly like 1k plus drop in price. From this low to that high. But currently we are sat at 76,086. And looking at the daily time frame, we can see that we are looking for a push to the upside, and in the 4-hour time frame it seems we've broken past this previous peak where we struggled to come up in the price. So we might actually see another push to the upside, maybe to even that 80k level, but it all depends kind of well, not entirely, but a big factor today is going to be what happens at that ceasefire negotiation. If Iran's going to negotiate or not. It all kind of depends on what happens tonight. Obviously, like I said, not entirely, but it is a very big factor. So it could either get messy and chaotic, where obviously a big fear factor comes into play when people are scared of losing money. So the price will most likely come down, maybe to even that 72k level, which would be the support level for the daily time frame. So about 70 to 72k, as you can see. So 70k, well 7900, 71ish. So like I said, 70 to 72. So 70 is just below that support level, and 72 is slightly above it. So that is like the area where we could see. That's like the turning point. If it drops below that area, then we might even see a further move down to that 65k, like we had before, where we were at. Where was we? So on the 29th of March, so at just at the end of the month, we had that move towards that level there, and ever since then we've been relatively bullish, as you can see. We've been sticking to that what's it called? That bullish uptrend. So if we were to get a trend line, drop it on there. Could that be the move we're expecting? But as you can see here, this was like an area where the price was going to continue going bullish, but then obviously there's not enough of that momentum and it drops. And now we've actually surpassed that level here previously where we struggled to gain that momentum and come bullish. Now we made a new kind of little high around about 76,200-ish, which is at this max level there. And then we came above it slightly with this candle, which is from 11 AM. And that was obviously higher than this previous high. And it obviously came a lot more towards that 77k level. But then it's currently been dropping ever since. So we might see a slow uptrend here. So a high, a low, a high, a low, and then another high, which will be higher than this one, which could signal a move to the upside. But it currently does look like we're in a relatively larger bearish move. That's if things get heated. So, like I said, it can either come, one of two ways. Things go badly, like we just got those news about those women. It was severe at one point on this, on the global tension index. Now it seems to have calmed down slightly. Got high before it was severe. So a lot of people are betting on the fact that the Strait of Hormuz traffic returns to normal by the end of April. 81% say no, and some are 20%, so 101%. Kind of doesn't make sense, but okay. I mean, I don't think it'll return to normal either. Ever since we had those bombings and them ships getting blown up, there's not been a lot of movement within that channel. So now, as we know how the structure is, we can potentially get a trade on that. So where are we at with Solana? Solana has broken through that structure there, but it could be it could be a false break like we've got here and here. Here is ever so slightly, but in this current area we have got a higher breakout, so it might suggest that it's an actual breakout instead of a fake out. You can see it's gone past, the market has moved past all those previous false breaks that the market obviously came to. So there, definitely here, this is relatively small. So silver has come in for a push to the downside. Right, let's have a look at these new coins. We've got Sahara. I'm not too sure how volatile Sahara is. We've been on a upwards move for quite some time. I can see that Bitcoin has come through that level there. So it's just come severe. Politics, I believe. It's nothing too interesting for us. It's hard to analyse the market today, I'm not going to lie. I don't want to jump straight in. I'm not really seeing much market structure that I actually like, so we have been relatively, what's the word, unsuccessful these past couple of days. So I want to find a good entry that we can definitely get a good trade on. So Solana has broke through that structure there, as you can see. So is Bitcoin. There we go. We might see some resistance in this area at this previous peak. So we get a box. So when we've got a move, let's say for example, where we see a big candle, we can expect a move in the opposite direction if a big player is keeping that price there. So kind of an example like, let me try find it. Right, I can't seem to find it, but yeah, it's currently a bit difficult with this trying to find a good entry. Still got that 129 million sat at 75,460. Strength index is telling us not too much. We've got 68. 68 is still borderline okay. When we get to that 70 plus, like 80s a pretty good entry, but you can obviously base that or just off of that RSI. Near protocol, that's been bullish ever since it slightly dropped at the US market open, and then it came bullish, very bullish at 17.17, so about nearly half an hour ago. What else have we got? That's new Aptos. I've never heard of that one before. Aptos. We've got SUI as well, SUI USD. What else have we got? Bit and Saw. Bite and Saw. Virtual protocol. Yeah, it's very relatively difficult to determine. Gold is going down drastically. So what about Bitcoin? Bitcoin is still on that move to the upside. We're at 18, 17, 16 for the RSI on gold. 5 minute time frame, 22, 30, 27. Level wise, we have that previous low there. If it does surpass it, we could be in for a reversal. Gold is a very gold is obviously a safe haven asset. I am expecting gold to obviously rise if things escalate with this situation between Iran and the US. We're at 22, now 17. So we've gone relatively. So that move on gold has continued to come bearish. $47. Not really got anything to affect price right now. Not sure why it's dumping so much. In from financials. Information. Minister states that Pakistan is constantly communicating with Iran and focusing on diplomacy and dialogue. SpaceX politics. Yeah, we've been closed out on that position there. Seems gold has actually came very low there. 4,732 is where we're currently at with gold. Thought we would be in for a reversal right around there. Got some resistance there, you can see. Not so good of a trade. Not gonna lie. I did feel like we'll get some reversal there. We did come past that previous peak in the 30-minute time frame. You can see here. But that candle's still got about 9 minutes left, so that might have actually been a very silly call to make. Solana has broken above. I feel like it might actually fail to hold that level though, to stay above this key level that we've currently got. Fartcoin, not sure. And then for Bitcoin, yeah, Bitcoin has broken above. Peaked above this previous peak, but has failed to continue. We might see a, we'll see some resistance here, and then a little drawback, and then a push back up to retest that level there. Silver has gone down drastically. Same for gold. It's very unpredictable today. I'm not gonna lie, we've had one trade only today so far. Yeah, it's a bit hard to say. So there. Oh. President Zelensky says repairs have been completed on the Druzhba oil pipeline, allowing the resumption of Russian oil flows to Europe. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Very interesting. You can see that resistance level. It seems Bitcoin has failed to get through that resistance level again. It's failed once, twice. It's tried 3 times as well. You can see it's tried here, tried to stay above, come back, tried again, come back, tried again, come back, peaked through, come back very bearish, and then now it's tried to get through that level again. We'll either see a break through it, or we'll see a further move down towards that 74k, where we have a liquidity of 75k, 127 mil. But it's hard to tell currently, as we don't know the exact conditions of what's happening with Iran and USA, as that, like I said, it plays a very, very big part. What about Doge? It's not good today, it's not looking good. Can't seem to find anything. What about Bonk and Pudgy Penguins? I was looking at Pudgy Penguins yesterday, up by 4%. Looks like we've been sticking to this level. Bullish level though. So if we were to draw this out, is that what we could look like? Time frame seemed to be confirming that level pretty well there. Boom, boom, boom there, boom here. But we might actually see a break of that structure, or we could just see a false break like we've got here. You can see price is kind of trying to break through that level there. False break again, false break, and then false break again. I don't want to chase that trend, so I'm going to leave it five or so minutes, and then we'll come back to that. Right, so it's a good thing we didn't go in for that trade. As you can see, it fully broke that structure there. It wouldn't even come past this previous low. So yeah, we needed some kind of confirmation that we were going to go in and continue within this level. But the fact that we've got a bouncing off of this support level, it looks to me as if price wants to break to the downside. You can see it's got resistance there, and again, and again. It's trying to break through, no, break through, no, break through, no. False break there, and you know, big push from the buyers. You can see this candle very large, like very large. And then it's tried again, false break, and then it's come up just above this support level, and then it's come down a lot further, even down to a low of 0.7583. So I believe that price will continue to come bearish. I might see some resistance at this level here, 7496. So we could put our take profit at 0.007536. 0.007536. Oh, that's the wrong one. 0.007536. Pudgy Penguins does have a lot of spillage, the same as Fartcoin and Bonk, I believe, as well. So once you enter, say you enter here, you'll get put down significantly lower, or the same for the upside. It is a bit annoying, but I think if you keep a lower lot sizes, your spillage isn't as crazy. But then on the other hand, obviously your profit isn't as large as it would be. So we've got about 30-ish seconds left on that candle to fully form. You can see there's more pressure to the downside than there is for the upside. It's about 10-ish seconds left for that candle. Kind of 50-50 with buyers and sellers at the minute. There's a lot of resistance from the buyers at this level right now. You can see how volatile price is. I think that's to get past this previous candle wick. You can see it's not come past it yet. It did with this long bearish candle, but actually, yeah, I think we have some resistance here from this support level that we've got. Seven, 487. That would give us a 3.44 ratio of a win to loss, which is better than we previously had. It would take a little bit longer for this trade to finish, as we have got a well, more distance to cover. I wouldn't say distance, but you can see we've got previously we had just about this mid-range of this resistance and support that we've got, and now we're kind of at the bottom of this area where we would expect resistance from this support of this level here. So just before it, we'd have our take profit. We might actually see some consolidation right now until we get a further move to the downside, unless we have a stop loss hit. So we'll most likely see consolidation right now, and then a push to that downside. So have we got any more news? Global tensions severe, +1. So what have we currently got going on? Politics. There we go. Something important. President Trump says he expects to be bombing Iran as a 2-week ceasefire between the US and Iran is set to expire on Wednesday. VP JD Vance is expected to travel to Pakistan on Tuesday for the next round of peace talks with Iranian officials. So we might actually expect a continued chaos in that case, which is not really good. So we'll most likely see an increase in fuel prices. Gold will definitely come up. Great. Looks like we've been stopped out. Will Bitcoin come back up for that retest? We could realistically enter on the next low that we get. So around here. $76,264. 76,264. I mean, I am expecting price to continue to retest that level again, as it has tried many times. You can see price has come down, but then it's tried here. It's come down bearish again, tried again, come down bearish again, and it looks like it's going to try to do the same thing again right here. So make sure you guys check out today's video. It's an update on what's happened currently in the markets, and I will obviously keep you all updated on the upcoming days. Tomorrow I feel like we'll get some pretty heavy news as the ceasefire ends 12 o'clock on today. So the news, I believe, will be pretty drastic. So we may even see a faster move for Bitcoin, either to the downside or the upside, depending on what the outcome is. There's a bigger push from the buyers. So this next candle that we've currently got right now needs to end higher than the previous one. Not end, but close. You know, you kind of understand. Might see more of a consolidation zone right now. We've had a little push for the upside, but we've not had enough of that strength. You see prices come down again. So now, unless we get a stronger move from the buyers, we might even see a push to the downside. What? Everything's just gone low. There's that push I was looking for. Most likely now, not definitely, because we can't definite something because trading, as you know, is on probabilities. But we do have a good indication now that we are going to get a retest of that upper level. Even though we do have most of the liquidity in the lower range. Still that 129 million sat at 75,000. Let me just refresh so I'm not misinforming you guys. Now I've got a we've got 110 million sat at 77k, but 100 and I see. We've got 74,859. At that level, we've got 140 million. So gold is coming bullish now as well. As you can see. But is that due to those news that have just came out? Glint seems to be... Oh, there we go. There's already bets on this. So that critical one was this one. Trump said he expects to be bombing Iran as a 2-week ceasefire deal between the US and Iran is set to expire on Wednesday. That's tomorrow. So yeah, at 12 p.m. we'll definitely see something happening. Crazy, crazy. Are we going to continue on that push for the upside? I think we are, as normally we get a push, a slight drawback like this, and then a continued push to that upside. So now I'm expecting a bigger candle right now. So most likely above that previous peak. Let me just refresh so I can have a look how much we've got left on that. If we don't come above, that might be an indication of a weakness to that upside. You can see the fact that this ended here was a weakness in that upwards movement. So now, as you can see, we are coming down bearish. Yep, liquidity has not changed, which is sat at 75,400, 127 mil. It's not like it's weak, but it's also not super strong. But it's relatively okay for strength wise. Got 20 seconds left for that candle to fully form. So we've got Bitcoin currently coming down on that bearish move towards our take profit. Our liquidity is still sat at 127 mil. It was actually claimed at about 6 o'clock, which is 27 minutes ago. You can see it dipped into there, We've got some more at 75k, 100. Gold came up slightly, but it's curved off here. I mean, Solana is still within its level, so you could still expect a move down to that 85.18. So that was a false breakout. It's a relatively larger breakout, but it's still a fake breakout nevertheless. We are very close to our take profit. $82 now. The White House just tweeted, reposted, sorry, since the start of the US blockade against ships entering or exiting Iranian ports, US forces have directed 28 vessels to turn around or return to port. Trump's pick to lead Federal Reserve faces questions from lawmakers. Kevin Walsh is a very wealthy man with a net worth estimated between 135 million and 226 million, according to financial disclosures. Yeah, nothing too crazy. Pretty much he says he will not be Trump's puppet. Where is Bitcoin headed? We're seeing quite a bit of resistance there. You can see from the buyers. Buyers do seem to be wanting to see a bullish move happening here. It's about 53 to 47 just a second ago. So there is like more buyers stepping in. $2.6. Yeah, it's relatively even. but is that a push for a further move down? How long have we got on that candle there? It looks like it was a push to the upside for a further move down. We've got about 20-ish seconds. If that candle does stay and obviously close like this, then it could be an indication for a further move to the downside. So we liquidate those short positions. Sorry, those long positions. I feel like those fear factors are going to be coming in very soon, as Trump has already said he thinks about bombing Iran after this 2 weeks is going to be ended. Alright, back in just a sec. So it looks like we've got a rejection from that previous high there. Ended in a bearish candle. Would have been an indication that we are maybe going in for a reversal if we had this bullish candle ending higher than this previous one. But the fact that it's not, and we've got a larger bearish candle, might actually see a continuation to the downside. I feel like we might actually get a retest back up to that level. Very difficult to predict where price is headed today, I'm not gonna lie. Yep, so it looks like we're in for a retest of that upper level that we had there. Oh no, that's not, that's gold. Let's have a look what we get. Maybe not. We're at 78 on the RSI. So I mean, I am expecting crude oil to actually come up even further, as these headlines that are coming out more and more seem to be getting more heated. We're at 83 already, like this is the highest we've been so far on the global tension scale. What the hell? Several rockets were fired from southern Lebanon for the first time since the ceasefire was declared. The sky above shows Israeli interceptor trails in the sky. So it might actually be underway with the war. 84 now. It's getting worse and worse. It's getting worse and worse. So I believe we'll get a retest up to that level there for Bitcoin. Several rockets fired. Red alerts in northern Israel. Several rockets fired. Is that the same thing? Or is it different things? Yeah, it seems like it's the same. High impact signal 5 minutes ago. There's a lot of there's a lot of things happening right now. Have we got no, we've got nothing in liquidity wise, no changes. Is that an indication that we're going to come down for a touch of this support level? It might be, it might be. .75 ratio, so I think we've got to set our stop loss to 4724. 24. It seems like it's in a very big 50-50 at the minute. We might see further consolidation at this range. I do think we'll go in for a move to the top now to retest that level again. We did have that big 2.5 billion inflow today from strategy, that's it. mean, so far it's not looking too good. Like, based on these events, 84 at a severe global tension scale. The latest news that we've had were those women that were captive in Iran that were apparently like gonna get hung, and Trump tweeted like don't hang them and to let them go, and this being like the first part of this peace agreement thing. But now we've just seen, I'm not sure if this source is legit, but yeah, we've just seen that the missiles are apparently going crazy. Several rockets fired from southern Lebanon for the first time. Is this legit or not? So thing is, like, if things get worse, gold wins, and if things stabilize, Bitcoin kind of wins or increases, however you want to call it. I have got a trade on for gold at the minute, as we do have these news coming in. Things do seem to be escalating. Global tension is high. Just waiting on some more news to come out, something a little bit more dramatic than what we currently have. Currently we might be in for a downtrend, high, low, high, and then most likely a low could form beyond our stop loss. 5-minute time frame kind of tells us the same exact thing. But we would then have to come lower than this previous low here. Most likely be around 4722. We'll set a limit order for 4722. $4728. 4728. Very strange moves currently happening right now. Very strange. Yeah. Not looking too positive. So now have we got a weakness within that downtrend now. That's kind of how it looks. Because then this previous peak should have been lower than this peak here. Well, the bottom peak, whatever you want to call it. And now the fact that we've got a higher bottom here than this one kind of shows us a weakness in that downtrend, and it could be an opportunity to come in for a long position. So we've got that liquidity sat at, well, it's only sat at 75,000. See, we've got a gravestone candle there, I believe. 76,264. 76,264. Seven five five 14. 75514. So what I saw there was a by the looks of it, a reversal. So we had that large doji candle there, and we were coming up slightly, but as we obviously a doji candle like this is a sign that we are in for a reversal, and it indicates that the ongoing uptrend is likely to be over and that the price is going to drop. It's obviously not like 100% guaranteed, so obviously don't like take that as some advice, but it is an indication. National broadcaster can confirms rockets. National broadcaster Khan now confirms rockets were fired from Lebanon despite the IDF calling it a false identification. That is crazy. Or was this a false move?
Quiet looks across the room. Every move assumes too soon. Words are frozen.
President Trump's selection to the chair. Selection to chair the Federal Reserve, Kevin Walsh, testified in a Senate confirmation hearing on Tuesday as his nomination faces bipartisan opposition centered on a federal criminal investigation into the bank's current leader. Doesn't sound like anything good. Gold just dropped significantly. Oh no, it didn't. It is on a move to the downside though. Very unpredictable markets today. Same as yesterday. So yesterday wasn't too good either. Gold seems to be down.
deep inside. We don't need to justify.
So we'll most likely get Bitcoin coming back up.
Stay
Yeah, you can see.
don't break the spell. Some things don't need words to tell. In the dark, we both conspire.
4, 7.
And side to side. When the morning finds its way, still the feeling wants to stay in my chest, under fire. There's the silent desire.
Gold is dropping as we speak. The resistance we'd see is probably at the bottom here.
Golden glow on empty streets, cold air on the restless feet. Every moment feels divided between comfort and silence. In the warmth we start to feel what is fake and what is real. In the cold we realize what we keep and what we hide.
Yeah, there's not much going on right now, but gold is coming bearish right now. That means Bitcoin is most likely coming bullish, or starting to. But it's been consolidating in a weird way for some time now. Might see some resistance from gold now.
Baseline humming soft and low, telling stories we don't show. Every step is balancing between leaving and staying. Heartbeat caught between the two. What we want and what we lose. In this glow we start to see who we are allowed to be. One life, cold night, holding on to fragile truths. One life, cold night, every shadow.
86 on the scale. That's the most we've been so far. Bloomberg just tweeted Kevin Walsh, Donald Trump's nominee for Federal Reserve Chairman, said he will absolutely not be the president's human sock puppet, adding that Trump has not asked him to commit to making certain rate decisions. Let's actually have a listen to what he said.
Are you going to be the president's human sock puppet?
Senator, absolutely not.
Are you going to be anybody's human sock puppet?
No, I'm honored the president nominated me for the position, and I'll be an independent actor if confirmed as chairman of the Federal Reserve.
Did Donald Trump lose the 2020 election?
We try to keep politics, if I'm confirmed, out of the Federal
I'm just
Reserve.
asking you a factual question. I need to know, I need to measure your independence and your courage.
Senator, I believe that this body certified that election many years ago.
That's not the question I'm asking. I'm asking, did Donald Trump lose in 2020?
And I'm suggesting you in
I'm
2020, the
suggesting you
Fed
can't
made
answer that.
the president never asked me to predetermine, commit, fix, decide on any interest rate decision in any of our discussions, nor would I ever agree to do so.
Are you going to be the president's human
Looking a
stockpile?
little bit crazy. Things are getting heated. Things are getting heated very, very fast. And tomorrow, well, today, which will be... Well, the most dramatic news will probably be seen at 12 o'clock, which is, going to be about the ceasefire. The ceasefire will end. And then we'll see, what people have to say, what Trump has to say, and what his decision really is. And, well, frankly, what is Iran's decision? Are they going to negotiate? Are they going to, say, oh, well, we can arrange a peace offering or something, or is it going to be full-on crazy business? We'll see that in literally like a couple hours once that comes to an end. So we'll look at Fartcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin's been in a very strange consolidation currently.
Walls are moving soft and low. Shadows learning how to flow. Every step is slow and close. Like a secret only we know. No direction, no disguise. Just reflections in your eyes. In this light we intertwine. Leaving all the rush behind. Slow dancing shadows on the floor. Every move has form. Slow dancing shadows side by side. In the dark we softly glide. Baseline whisper.
For Solana, it looks like we might actually see a push to the upside. You can see there's a false break here. There's a much larger false break there. We've come back into that level, but then we've had another false break. We've come back down, but we've had no confirmation of the support level. Like there's been no touch, not even a movement close. I mean, it's relatively close, but it's not close enough. And then we've had a push to the upside again, false break, and then it's consolidating very, very close to that same level. So for me, this might suggest a further push to the upside.
In the dark we softly glide.
But actually, we could be in for a downtrend of a high, a low, a high, a low, a high, and then potentially a low, which would end and close below this previous low that we've got here, which would be a very, very good sign of a downtrend, because because we've got the first height which is higher, second height which is lower, third height which is lower, and then same for the bottoms as well. Higher bottom here and a lower bottom there. So potentially we could expect a lower bottom forming near the bottom of this one.
When the lights begin to rise, still I see us in disguise. In my mind forevermore. Slow dancing shadow. Pressurizing out the skin. Every breath pulls me in. Nothing fast, nothing loud, just a fire.
So let's get a table drawn out there.
Feel it build along the way. In this calm, we start to feel.
That is our setup there. It's a 4 risk to reward ratio. There we go, there's a big move there currently on Solana.
Let it burn without a sound. Baseline glowing warm and low, like a flame that learns to grow. Every move is measured tight, holding back that feeling right. Heartbeat steady, breathing slow. In this space we let it go. In the dark we start to meet at the center of the heat. Slow heat.
How long have we got on that candle there? 15 seconds. It needs to end about here would be good. But matching that points movement from the bearish candle wouldn't be as good, because it might show a reversal opportunity there. 87, oh my days. Walter Bloomberg just tweeted, Iran demands US lift blockade before talks. Iran says it will only resume ceasefire talks with the US if the US lifts its maritime blockade, casting doubt on planned negotiations in Islamabad. Tehran had signaled it might attend, but later set a blockade as a condition. Pakistan is urging both sides to extend the truce, while JD Vance is expected to lead the US delegation. Donald Trump said he is willing to prolong the conflict to eliminate the threat from Iran. US naval restrictions remain in place and amid tensions in the Strait of Hormuz. Oh my God. Everyone's tweeting. Iran says ceasefire talks can resume only after. Oh, it's getting crazy. It's getting crazy.
Soft vibrations in the air.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing there.
Like a touch you barely feel, but it's deeper, it's more real. No sharp edges, no extremes, just a flow between the seams. In this sound we synchronize.
91, oh my days. The global tension is crazy right now. Things are getting crazy. Things are getting very, very active, really, really fast as well. Like that just jumped from about I was 80 something to a 90 plus. Iran demands US lift blockade. Ceasefire can we resume after talk. Yes, that's some critical news that has just come out. Mauritania lawmakers are charged with insulting president over racial bias claims. That's not too important. But yeah, severe, currently severe. Oh, there's a big bearish candle there. Bitcoin is consolidating in that range. Looks like Solana's heading for a move to the upside.
This is our frequency.
Gold is still on decline. Bitcoin does look like it's coming bullish, and I think that's what's affecting Solana at the minute. But the situation is getting worse, so I mean, I'd be expecting gold to be coming bullish and then Bitcoin to be going bearish. So it's kind of a weird situation currently. Maybe the news hasn't hit the market just yet. We have some resistance from that previous peak, as you can see. Price has tried to come up above it, but failed. Yeah, we're at a very critical time now. So we've got a JD Vance meeting in Pakistan tomorrow about some policies and delegations. What else did we have? Yeah, we had that delegation and then that blockade lift. A hack that drained nearly 300 million from a small crypto project and triggered a $10 billion run on the largest decentralized lending platform could slow Wall Street's growing interest in blockchain technologies, according to Jefferies. Crazy. Still seem to be in a decent position, as that previous move didn't come up past that previous high, which is a good sign and a weakness in the bullish movement. So we still are expecting price to come bearish down to close to that support level. It can be seen in the 5-minute time frame as an expected downtrend. So we have the high here, high there, and then we have the first low, second low, and then most likely a third low could form either here or even below, which would be our take profit. But if we do get an indication at this area that we have some kind of reversal on the way, then yeah, we can actually close by market instead. Alright, I'll be back in just a sec.
and velvet air, slow motion everywhere. Every breath feels thick and warm, like the night was just reborn. Low and drifting through the room, shadows melting in the gloom. In this fog we start to feel something quiet, something real.
Soft smoking, babe, filling up space. Every sound is moving slow. Soft smoking, babe, time begins to fade.
hello, hello. I've had a lot of water today, so been nipping in and out really quick. So, the next 24 hours are going to be pretty crazy. We've had some very breaking news. US delegation was expected to depart for a second round of face-to-face peace talks with Iran in Pakistan's capital, but it was delayed for additional policy meetings involving Vice President J.D. Vance, a White House official said. Bank of America stocks just went through the roof. An upside crash. What happens next? Bank of America stocks. Yeah, so we've just been stopped out. Gold is most likely up now. Yeah, it's on the move up. Hello, Michael. Nice to see you.
Lights are low, we disappear. Every sound is pulling near. Shadows skin to skin. Feel the night begin within.
No reflection, no disguise. Truth is hidden in your eyes. In the dark, we feel the spark. When you touch me in the dark.
Bitcoin has come up very dramatically. It's not too big, but the move is still there. It's going to retest that level there. It has tried to come up above it many times. many times today. Here it failed. It came up, didn't have enough momentum, came through it and came straight back down. And then consolidated, tried again, consolidated, and then it came through twice, consolidated slightly, and then it didn't have enough momentum to stay in that range and came down bearish. Tried it again, came down bearish, and what we're seeing now is most likely another try of that level, unless we get a bigger move from the sellers and they kind of deny that, and we get a move all the way down to that support level that we had at the bottom. Israeli military says Hezbollah launched several rockets towards soldiers in southern Lebanon. Another day, another escalation. Yes, Israel, I'm sure Lebanon fired missiles at themselves. It's getting very crazy. It's getting very crazy.
Just your touch inside the dark.
Touch me.
Let's have a look. What's this guy got to say? President Trump's selection to the... Yes, I was reading this.
Nominee Kevin Warsh faces his first major test. The president's selection to lead the Federal Reserve is testifying on Capitol Hill at a Senate confirmation hearing, but it's still unclear if and when he could be confirmed because of major backlash in Congress to a federal criminal probe into the central bank's current leader, Jerome Powell. That probe could delay or fully derail Warsh's nomination.
As you point out, overshadowing his entire case for why he is best fit for this job is the reality that he is unlikely to get confirmed until he can get a majority of votes through this committee to get through. And I just talked to the senator, the key vote to get him through this process, Senator Tom Tillis, the Republican, who's basically said he will not confirm Warsh until that DOJ investigation into Powell is dropped. And Tillis told me point blank, Kira, that is still his position. Senator, to be clear, you support Kevin Warsh, but you will not advance his nomination until the investigation into Powell is dropped.
That's exactly right, because look, what's amazing to me is somebody could be so uninformed in DOJ as to know that if they'd simply not even started this investigation, that Warsh would be confirmed on time, and that Jay Powell would have left as tradition dictated, and the president would get another Fed nominee. Let's take the win.
So there you have it, Kara. We could have a new Fed chair as soon as May 15th. Tillis says if the DOJ just hadn't gone forward with this whole thing, but instead we're now in this position where this incredibly powerful role at the Federal Reserve, still a lot of questions about who's going to be leading that when Powell's term officially ends next month.
Crazy. Oh my God. Things are going crazy. There's just news, and more news coming in, like non-stop. It's just very active today. And we'll most likely see a very, very big change tomorrow. So the Iran war and the resulting sharp rise in gasoline prices have triggered a surge in demand for electric vehicles among Europeans. The number of EVs sold in Europe in March rose by 51%. That's crazy. The EVs, electric vehicles of course, purchased during that month are estimated to reduce the continent's oil consumption by around 2 million barrels per year. It's kind of strange, even though to make all this stuff, you still need to use fossil fuels. Unless your whole factory runs on renewable energy. I mean, there is a chance, but to build all of that, you also need to use fossil fuels to power the diggers. To get anything underway, you definitely need to use diesel, obviously for all your trucks, for all your hardware, for construction. And yeah, I mean, oil is going to be around for a very long time. What else have we got? Kevin Warsh. Yep. 93. Very severe at the minute. Attack aircraft. Oh. Right guys, that will be it for today's stream. So make sure you guys check out Everdex in the description below. Very nice platform. You do all of my trading on it. So yeah, you're in complete control of your funds. So there's been these like hacks and whatever. It's a decentralized platform, so you don't have to worry. You're in control of all your funds. And yeah, this whole chaos that seems to be unveiling at the minute seems to be unveiling pretty fast. So if anything happens that is like very crucial, I'll definitely make some kind of emergency video and keep you all informed on what is currently going on. So stick around, stay tuned, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss anything out. And yeah, you can follow the Instagram as well, which is Madaz Trades. Let me have a look. There we go, Madaz Trades, as you can see here. So give me a follow.